What's going on, my mates? Hope you're having an outstanding day. Today, I know you saw the title, we're going to be talking about 3 of my favorite books. These 3 books were absolutely crucial to developing me into the person that I am today. I truly can say I wouldn't be the same person that I am today without them. I might be similar, but I think my brain would not be in the same place, and that is one of the most important things, not only for success, but mental well-being. Let's just jump straight into the video. The very first book on this list is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Alrighty, so this book was actually so good that I sat down at Barnes & Noble, this huge bookstore, you probably have one in your city or town or whatever. I sat down for literally probably 6 hours and just read it. And I didn't even buy it, I just read it for 6 hours because it was so good. I started reading it, sat down for 20 minutes because I wanted to know what it was about. I read the back and I was interested and I started reading it. I just literally couldn't stop. And then a few months ago, I was at this used bookstore and saw it for, I don't know, $1 or $2. So I was like, dude, I gotta pick this up. So why was it so good? Why did I have to buy it? Why did I have to sit down for 6 hours straight and just read through this? Let's talk about it. Now I pulled 3 quotes from this book that kind of, to me, kind of summarize what this book is about in the most simple way possible without me going through every single chapter and talking about each book for 30 minutes on end, because that's not fun. That's not even necessary. So here are 3 quotes from this book, and then I'm gonna end it off with just an idea that I like to carry in my head every single day. Something that's not really wordy, not really crazy idea, just a small thing that you can think about every single day, either consciously or subconsciously. The person you are destined to be is the person you decide to be. Now what this means to me is that success is a choice. Whether you want to believe that or not, it is the truth. Success is an absolute choice. It's a mindset. It's a state of being. You think people just wake up one day and they're just successful just because they worked hard or they have a good job or their wife is good? No, it's a choice. It's a mindset. Like I said, it's a state of being. So success isn't just I have a nice house, I have a great wife, my kids are awesome, I have a lot of money. Those things are great, but to me that's not success. That's just having a really good life. And yes, that is a product of success. But in order to be successful, you have to be in a certain state of mind. You have to have the right mindset. You just have to be thinking a certain way. That's my takeaway from that quote. You have to be thinking a certain way to be successful, and the way that you should be thinking is success. You have to have tunnel vision towards your vision. Successful people fail their way to the top. Now this sounds kind of ridiculous, right? Successful people fail. The first 3 words, successful people fail. Now, but if you think about it, some of the most successful people in the entire world, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, think about all these people. Their products are great. Facebook is great. Microsoft is great, I guess. I don't know, I'm not a big fan, but Mac is awesome. I mean, all these things do what they're supposed to do and even beyond that. So just consider this. Do you think that when Bill Gates or freaking Mark Zuckerberg or even Steve Jobs started their company, the very first versions of what they made, do you think they were the best? No, they probably sucked, dude. They probably failed. And I don't really believe in the word failure, which I'll get into in a second, but the very first rendition of their products were not they just basically failed. Think about it, because even the first model of MacBook, sure, it worked, but even just think about before that, they ultimately failed. But it took time and time again of failing, seeing what they need to improve on, failing again, improving upon that, failing, improve, fail, improve. I view it kind of like a set of stairs. Fail, improve, fail, improve. Every time you fail, you go down, and then you improve, and then you go down a little bit lower, and then when you improve, you just jump up that much more. So it's kind of like down and then up and then down a little bit more, then up even more. That's how I view it. That's how I view failure and success. Successful people look at problems and they see opportunities. For example, we're gonna go back to Mark Zuckerberg. He saw that people weren't very connected in this world, specifically at his college. So he created this thing called FaceMash, and this wasn't necessarily to connect people at his college, but this is what sparked the idea for Facebook. He realized how much people liked. Basically, I think the idea was they rated different girls, right? And kind of mashed their faces together. I don't know exactly, but that was the idea that he came up with first. Now, this wasn't even meant to be something that was going to turn into Facebook. It just kind of happened. And he realized that people liked the idea of being connected, people weren't connected, And he saw that problem. He didn't just say, oh, that sucks, dude, that's awful, and just kind of walked away. He saw that opportunity and he capitalized on it. And you see where he's at now? He's like barely 30, dude, and he's a $70 billion man. That's insane. So he saw the opportunity instead of a problem, and he capitalized upon it. That's so important, to capitalize on a problem and solve it. Solve the problem. Now, the idea that I take away from this book that just sits in my mind, that I kind of use throughout my day, kind of think about it before I'm going to bed, kind of when I'm waking up. Sometimes it's not conscious, sometimes it's a little bit more on the subconscious side, but that is the idea presented in this book that says it's just as easy to do as it is easy to not do. So an example for that that's relevant to my life, probably your life, probably anyone's life really. A couple examples. For example, doing your laundry. Let's say your hamper's full and it's either time for bed or you're about to go do something. Dude, it's so easy to take, seriously, probably like 2 minutes. Grab some of the clothes, soap in the washer, toss them in the washer, done. You come back and all your clothes are ready and you can just either dry them or hang them or, take care of it. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. But guess what? It's just as easy not to do. So you have to make the conscious decision to do it. Taking out the trash, you see the trash is full and that it's probably going to be overflowing in like 2 minutes, but instead of just saying, you know what, dude, I'm not going to do that, that sucks, you just decide to do it because it's just as easy to do as it is not to do. So choose to do it. Book number 2, The Outward Mindset by the Arbinger Institute. This is obviously more than one person. It's an institution. I don't really know much about it, but I do know this book is incredible. This is the very, very, very first book that I read in terms of business, entrepreneurship, mindset. This is the very, 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 very first book that I ever read regarding any of this stuff. And it's one that's gonna stick with me forever, not just because I read it first, but because it's really, really, really incredible. It's a pretty short read, has a lot of diagrams, it just has a lot of information presented, stuff that I had never really thought about before, some ideas that is kind of already floating around in my head. I think I liked it so much because it confirmed some things that I was already thinking, and it presented new ideas to me that I never would have thought of had I not read this book. In this world, there are 2 types of people. People with an inward mindset, people with an outward mindset. People with an inward mindset, here's how they view people, right? They view people as vehicles, obstacles, or irrelevancies. How many people do you know like that? The answer is probably a lot. You may not have noticed it, but the more you think about it, you probably know a lot of people like that. You might even be like that yourself. Everyone's like that to an extent, of course. That's just kind of human nature, and it's a bummer, but you have to consciously be thinking how to escape this mindset, how to not behave this way. So on the other side of the coin, there's the outward mindset. So the outward mindset, in the simplest of terms, this is the best way that I can think to explain it, is you see people the same way that you see yourself. And what I mean by that is other people matter to you just as much as you matter to yourself in terms of achieving your needs, objectives, goals, challenges, right? And now you might be thinking, why does this matter? Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to treat other people the way that you treat yourself in terms of wanting to accomplish stuff? Because that doesn't really make sense, because you're just thinking, well, dude, I just want to accomplish what I want to accomplish. But just hear me out on this. Think about it. If you're not only focusing on your needs, objectives, and challenges, and you're also making sure that you meet yours, they meet theirs, not only are they going to want to help you back, you're going to want to help them back. And the collective goal and achievement and result of helping each other out, and both parties having the needs, objective, goals, and challenges of each other's party in mind, it's not only going to make your result better, their result better, but the collective result of both parties put together, it's going to be that much bigger, that much better, and everyone is going to benefit just so much more because of that. It's just, if everyone could have this mindset, just companies would perform better, friendships would be better, everything would be so much better. But unfortunately, due to human nature and just so many other factors, that's just not the case. So I highly recommend this book to anyone that just heard what I said and really just wants to kind of be more like that and learn more about both of those mindsets. Now, you can call those mindsets whatever you want. They just call them inward, outward. You can call them this or that. It really doesn't matter. It's really just kind of the idea that matters, not necessarily what they're called. Now, one thing throughout my day that I like to keep in mind that I took from this book, and like I said, it's not always conscious, it's rather subconscious for me, especially for this one. So your mindset drives behavior, behavior drives results. What that means is the mindset that you have, the space that your brain is in, your thoughts, your subconscious thoughts, your conscious thoughts, influence what you do, your behavior. And your behavior gets you the results, right? Whether it's good results, whether it's bad results, either way, you get results from the behavior that you exhibit. Let's say you're an a-hole, you're a dickhead, like, what do you think, what kind of results are you gonna get? Usually people aren't gonna like you, people are gonna maybe even despise you or hate you. But on the flip side, if you're really awesome guy, really try to do the right thing, you're not standing person towards others, you're probably gonna get some pretty good results. So mindset drives behavior, behavior drives results, right? And just one more quick example. Let's say you're super duper lazy, your mindset is, oh, nothing matters, so that's your behavior, right? And then that behavior leads to, well, pretty much nothing if you're a lazy piece of garbage, right? You're not gonna achieve much. But however, if your mindset is, work, progression, self-improvement, your behavior is going to align with that, and the results you get, you might not be a millionaire in 2 months, you might not be, where you wanna be super fast, but your actions will dictate your future in terms of how successful you are based on your mindset. So takeaway from this book is mindset is absolutely everything. It's so important. Think and Grow Rich. It's actually my favorite book of all time. I talk about this on my live streams. I talk about this to people in real life. I was even talking to this guy a couple weeks ago, and he was an engineer, and I could tell we're kind of on the same wavelength in terms of just thoughts and mindset, and we're just talking about stuff. And I asked him if he read books, and he said, yeah, dude, of course. And I said, have you read Think and Grow Rich? And he's like, dude, yes. And we just kind of went on about it because it's just such a good book. Now, I'll tell you what type of book it is. It's the type of book that you pretty much need to read every 6 months, or at least every year. I'll say every year. You need to read it at least once a year, because what's presented in this book, it's not just one idea, it's not 2 ideas, but it's just everything that you could ever need in terms of success, whether you view success as money, family, relationships, material things. No matter how you view success, this book will get you there, no matter what. Well, I mean, you have to be the vehicle to get yourself there, of course. It's not you're just gonna read this and be where you want, but this book is the ultimate guide. It's the type of book where I could just sit down, talk about it for an hour, and then turn the camera back on and just make thousands of hour-long segments about how good this book is, because it's seriously that good. It's incredible. Now, one central key idea that I took from this book, that it sounds kind of basic, it sounds kind of like one of those things you hear and you're like, dude, I know, but desire is the starting point of all achievement. In order to get something, you have to want it, right? You have to want it really bad. And that's actually not enough. You have to desire it. You have to have this just burning passion, desire. You have to desire. Desire is such a strong word. It's something that you want more than anything in the entire world. And when you want something that bad, and it's a true passion, it's a true desire, it's something that you just need, your actions are absolutely going to reflect that. And those actions are going to get you what you need, what you want, what you desire, right? So while it sounds basic, once you start thinking about it in terms of beyond surface level things, and think, oh yeah, desire is important, sure, you gotta want something. Once you start really kind of dissecting what that means and looking at it for more than just a minute, 5 minutes, and really just kind of sit down and meditate on it for 30 minutes to an hour. By the way, meditation is very, very important. Not necessarily like sitting down and doing this, but just thinking about stuff, going on a walk for 15 minutes a day, and just without your phone, without anything, and just think about this. Just take a second, think about how important this is. You have to desire something, but another thing you have to do is you have to visualize that desire. You have to sit down, you have to visualize it. And this isn't just some fluff, this isn't just some, yeah, you gotta, desire something and, think about it and it's gonna happen, because it's not that easy. I promise it's not that easy. There's so much more to it, but you have to visualize what you want. You almost have to think about it in terms of, I've already accomplished this, like on YouTube. Let's say I'm already visualizing where I want to be with YouTube. Am I there yet? No, not even close. How many subscribers do I want? Well, I feel like if I put a number on it, then that kind of limits me. Like 1 million, 10 million, there's never going to be a point where anyone is going to say, yes, I've gotten to 1 million, yes, it's fine, let's stop. That's just not how it works. But yeah, you do have to set short-term goals. Like for me, it'd be 10,000, 25, 50, 100,000. For me this year, my goal is 100,000. Will I hit that? Maybe, maybe not. But am I going to do everything to make sure that I have the best chance of doing so? Of course. You have to visualize something in such a way that you've already seen it happen, that you're already there. Because once you start to have any sort of self-doubt, that's when your subconscious mind starts to tell you that you can't do things. And once your subconscious mind starts to tell you that you can't do things, you just sit there, and whether you like it or not, your actions slowly start to reflect what your subconscious mind is telling you. So if your subconscious mind is telling you, yes, you can do this, you can get to 100,000 subscribers, it's possible, you've pretty much already done it, because that's the way you're acting, because that's what you're feeding your subconscious mind on a daily basis. I can do this. I'm pretty much already there. I'm capable. I will do this. Well, you're not there yet. However, what you're giving your subconscious mind on a daily basis, whether you like it or not, that's what's going to influence your actions. And going back to The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, your mindset drives your behavior, behavior drives results. And now that's what I like about all these books that I read. Not just these 3, not just the 10 or however many I've read in the past couple months, but they all kind of tie in together. And that's what's so amazing about this. And that's what really makes me believe that there's not a formula for success, but there's a mindset for success. And there are many different vehicles that you can choose to get where you want to be, but no matter what, no matter which way you choose, no matter which way you decide to go about it, no matter what you want to do, you want to be a professional athlete, you want to be a YouTube star, you want to create courses and sell them online, you want to be a famous photographer, this or that, it doesn't matter. You have to have the right mindset. That's a non-negotiable thing in this world of business and success, and just this whole realm of just kind of being who you want to be and living life on your own terms. A quote from Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, one of my favorite people in terms of looking up to and just inspiration. I actually shut the quote on my wall over there. I wrote it down, but he said in an interview, and this is actually 1999. If I can find the little interview, the news thing, I'll put it below. But anyway, he said, you have to be stubborn on your vision, but flexible on the details. And what that means to me is, like I was kind of saying earlier, you have to have tunnel vision towards the vision that you want to achieve. You have to have a razor sharp, clear vision of where you are, where you want to be, where you're going to go, and how you're going to do it. However, you have to be flexible on how you're going to do it, right? Like, let's say you're gonna, get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you're gonna do it this way. And let's say something comes along and it's like, oh crap, well, I'm not gonna be able to do it this way, but that's okay. I'm gonna kind of regroup and then just keep going towards my goal, my tunnel vision. So you have to be flexible on the way that you're gonna get there. Know where you're gonna go, know where you're gonna be, know what you wanna do. Like I said, razor sharp, crystal clear vision, tunnel vision. However, the details aren't necessarily super important. Where you are and where you want to end up, that's what's important. Having that vision, that connection. But but how you get there, that's not necessarily important. Of course, you want to do it in an ethical way, in a way that's not illegal, this, that, and the other. I guess that's up to you. However, your starting point, ending point, whether it's like this, or like this, or like this, it doesn't matter. Be stubborn on your vision, flexible on the details. Jeff Bezos. Alrighty, my mates, hope you enjoyed this video. This was really, really fun to make. I love talking about this stuff. I'm just so passionate about this stuff. If you like any of these 3 books, if my description of any of these books interests you, you should go pick them up. Just to recap, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, The Outward Mindset by the Arbinger Institute, and of course, my favorite book of all time, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Thank you, mates, so much for checking this out. If you got any sort of value or even just a little bit of entertainment out of this video, make sure to hit that nice looking subscribe button and maybe even throw this video a like. If you hated the video, let me know why in the comments. If you loved the video, also let me know. Hope you mates have an outstanding Wednesday. This is gonna be going up today, so you'll see it on this Wednesday, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week, and I'll see you in the next one.